Hello and welcome to a quick bite about Afghanistan. Since Afghanistan is the first country alphabetically, I thought it'd be the best place to start there for this country series. So let's go. Why will I've heard of it? So I have to assume they have some interest in current affairs, or just general world knowledge, otherwise the answer to this question will always be no. So making that assumption, I would say they will have heard of Afghanistan primarily because of the war there with America and Britain involved. Where is it? Here, in South Asia. Where? But this time a little bit closer so I can see more detail. Here, conveniently labelled Afghanistan, bordering China, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Iran, Tajikistan and Pakistan. Its major cities are Herat, Kandahar and its capital and largest city Kabul. The one place you might have heard of is Helmand, which is a province located here. The rough geography of the country is mountainous with some desert in the south. How big is it? Afghanistan has a land area of 652,230 square kilometres, which means it's the 41st biggest country in the world. For some perspective, that's roughly the same size as Texas. You just have to cut it up a bit to fit it in. It has a population of 31,822,848, give or take a fair few thousand. Not sure if that precise figures really work for populations. This means that Afghanistan is the 41st most populous country, weirdly the same place as its size ranks. And what are all those people called, you might ask? Well, I'll just pretend you ask. They are called Afghans, which might come from the Sanskrit for horseman, meaning Afghanistan is literally land of the horsemen. It should be noted that they're not Afghani, which is the currency, which I'll get onto in a bit. That was about a bit, so let's look at Afghanistan's economy. What can I buy? First you'll need some Afghani, which are divided into 100 pull each, and for $1 you can currently get 57 Afghanis. So now you've got the currency, what can you buy with it? Well, the main exports of Afghanistan are hand-woven carpets and rugs, and dried fruit. However, it is also the main producer of opium in the world, but strangely data of this isn't included in normal exports. A quick-ish history is thought that humans have been living in Afghanistan for at least 50,000 years. There is evidence that as early as 3000 BC urban civilization has been in Afghanistan. The city of Mundigak in the south may have been part of the Indus Valley civilization. The area which is now Afghanistan was first conquered by the Persians, and then by Alexander the Great during his conquest of the known world. After his death and the breakup of his empire, Afghanistan fell under the control of the Seleucids, until it was handed over to the Indo-Meru Empire as part of an alliance treaty. After Ashoka's rule ended, it passed to the Greco-Bactrians, then the Scythians, and finally the Parthians rounded off BC with the control of the region. In AD, the Kushan Empire rose up in Afghanistan until they were defeated by the Sassanids in the 3rd century. Until now, Afghanistan was largely Buddhist and Hindu. Next came the Islamic invasions, starting with the Saffarids. During the Islamic Golden Age, Afghanistan became one of the main centres of the Muslim world. Then, along came the Mongols, and in 1219 AD Genghis Khan overran the region, followed by the Timurids. The Emperor Babur then conquered Kabul and eventually incorporated Afghanistan into his new Mughal Empire. So far Afghanistan has been just a region, but in the 18th century the region rebelled from the Mughals and became an independent country. Unfortunately for Afghanistan, it soon found itself wedged between the Persian Empire and British India. The fear was well founded as Britain invaded in 1839 with the pretense of supporting the government against foreign interference. Despite these claims, I think this definitely counts as the British invasion, which means Afghanistan can be the first member on the invaded by Britain list. Britain didn't stop there though, and in 1878 invaded again, eventually leaving but with control of Afghanistan's foreign affairs. Finally in 1919, after another Afghan-Anglo war, Afghanistan declared full independence. So that's that then. Not quite. Instability in the country was rife, and then in 1978 the Communist Party seized power in the Sal Revolution, and then the Russians invaded in 1979 to help the party remain in power, in what was now a full civil war. Eventually withdrawing, the country's chaotic politics continued, and then in 2001 it was invaded again, but this time by America and Britain. This was Britain's 4th invasion of the country. This war has only just ended, but that also means that we are now in modern day Afghanistan, and so this section can now end too. Fun with flags. The Afghanistan flag consists of 3 colours and a national emblem. Black symbolises its troubled past, red the bloodshed for its independence, and green represents hope for the future. You might have also realised that green is an important colour in Islam. I mean, just look at all the flags of Islamic countries. Finally, the emblem shows a mosque flanked by Afghanistan flags. The Arabic expression God is great, and the calendar year 1298, 1919 in Gregorian, the year Afghanistan gained full independence. No points for that though, as I literally just told you that. Another flag fact is that Afghanistan has had more flag changes than any other country, with 20 different flags. Final fact, Afghanistan's national sport is that of bukazi, literally, go grabbing, which is like polo, except the ball is replaced with the body of a go. We've even campaigned to get into the Olympics. Now that I would want to see. Thanks for watching. See you next time.